Here is how to get Xerneas and Yveltal in Pokemon Legends ZA. So to get both these legendaries, you have to obviously be in the post game, and your first main story quest is to do the ZA Royale again as part of the Infinite ZA Royale. So you want to make sure you go to the battle zone at night and try and rack up all those points for a challenger's ticket. You guys obviously know how to do this by now, but this time it is 50,000 points, and after you do that, you have to go back to Quasartico building and do a fight against a level 10 trainer. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same trainers you fought before throughout the story, but after you beat that, you then have to go to Hotel Z as you get an urgent phone call about Xerneas and Yveltal. You see L there and he talks about AZ, and then you kind of get sent off to two different directions with two different main quests. So you can get Xerneas and Yveltal in any order, by the way. You either go to Mabel for Xerneas' quest or Grisham for Yveltal's quest. I'll do Xerneas first as it is the first one of the alphabet. So you want to go down to Mabel in the 3rd floor. Once you get there, she'll be pretty angry at somebody for not doing their job, of course, the sassy girl she is. And she'll talk about Xerneas as she was one of the Team Flare members back in the X and Y games, and she wants you to kill alpha Pokemon in wild areas 3, 5, and 9. So that's the quest we have to do to get Xerneas unlocked. So when you go straight out to wild area 3, and you'll find a Steelix there, and alpha Steelix is pretty hard to beat, I'm not gonna lie. I recommend using a flying type Pokemon as most of its attacks won't really hit you. I made quick work with it with some fire type Pokemon, and after you beat it, you can also catch it, and Steelix is pretty hard to get, so just catch it. He is definitely the hardest alpha Pokemon on this list, but now you want to go to Wild Zone 5, and you'll find a Glade just chilling over there in the paddock. So get your flying types out and start destroying it. Glade's pretty easy to kill, but it's got a pretty high attack stat. My flying types made quick work of it, and I call myself a Glade. Now for Wild Zone 9, you want to go to the roof of the area. I think Wild Zone 9 is my least favorite zone out of all these zones. It's a bit of a maze on the floor, but once you make your way up, like I did here, you'll find a Pangoro chilling on the roof. There are other alpha Pokemon in the area, but make sure you go for the Pangoro, because that's the one you need to kill. Pangoro is pretty easy. It's called weak to Fairy, but I don't have any Fairy type moves. I just use Flying type moves and stuff. But yeah, after you destroy it, you can then go to Mabel again, and she'll say, okay, Xerneas is popping up, go to Wild Zone 11 and take on Xerneas. So I traveled to Route 11 and I noticed an exclamation mark across the river. The bottom side is the wrong side you want to be. You actually want to be on the top side because you can't even cross this river unless you go all the way around. So I recommend going to Wild Zone 6 as a teleport and then going down to Wild Zone 11 to take on Xerneas, the correct side of the river. Also, fun fact, these Slowpoke have got a new shiny. It is now a purple shiny instead of a light pink. But head down next to the river and you can fight Xerneas. In all of its beauty, it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. When it's about to battle, all its horns glow up. I think it's very cool, this cutscene. And then the music starts, the infamous music. Oh, I love it so much. So in this battle, they want you to catch this Pokemon for the quest. And the best way to do that is honestly just weaken it and then catch it with a Ultra Ball or something. I just spammed Ultra Balls at it. You could use a Master Ball from the research quest, but that is very expensive. Like, it's level 49 as well. You only get one Master Ball. You probably get more Master Balls in the ZA Royale, but it's not that hard to catch, honestly. I got it down to 2 arrows and then I caught it with an Ultra Ball. I recommend just spamming Ultra Balls when it's on 2 arrows. You may have to weaken it more than me because I've got max catching charms from the Canary plushes, but it's pretty easy, not gonna lie. It does have Geomancy, so it does increase like 3 stats at once. I think speed, special defense, and special attack all get increased all at once. So that's quite overpowered, probably really good in the ranked battles. But after you catch Xerneas, you can then go to the Yveltal quest at the cafe area to talk to Grisham. This is how you get your Yveltal for the 2nd quest. You talk to Grisham about Xerneas and your Yveltal, and you have to go to Quasartico building. And once you're over there, you'll talk to Vinny, and he'll say, guess what? Remember those Rogue Mega Evolution fights? You gotta do 3 of them again. Yes, you gotta do some more Rogue Mega Evolution battles, which take quite a while. It is a Mega Evolution simulation. You have to fight Victory Bell, Holucha, and Tyranitar, and all their attacks do way more damage. So for Victory Bell, you just bring out a fire type or a flying type. You guys know how to do this by now. But it's level 70 and it is quite difficult to do. So make sure you're well prepared. I actually ran out of potions in this battle. So make sure you guys get more potions like hyper potions or full restores. You should have plenty of money by now in this game. And for the Holucha fight, you just bring a flying type Pokemon most likely, or psychic type Pokemon. Pretty easy fight in my opinion. The attacks aren't very hard to dodge. It literally flies up into the air and it's very easy to dodge these attacks. And lastly there's Tyranitar. He's quite weak to fighting, but his last barrage of attacks are no joke. I literally blacked out on this one because I'm so bad at the game, I know. But his attacks are pretty hard to dodge. Like, I almost died a 2nd time as well. I used Holucha to take him down and then finished him off with Noivern because he had no HP left. But yeah, he does quite a lot of damage. So yeah, it's probably the hardest Rogue Mega Pokemon. But after you do all these quests, you then can go to Gallery de la Lune Roof. So that is this location on the map. You do have to climb the scaffolding to make it there. I did some cool like trick. I did a strafe jump around this barrier, which I thought was pretty cool. But once you're up there, you can see a exclamation mark on the roof of the whole building. You have to go on the roof and use the rotom phone to get into the center dome area. And Yveltal is on top of there, so he'll just come flying in. He's probably my favorite legendary. He brings back memories from Pokemon Y. Here he is. Go take him down and throw Pokeballs at him. He's pretty easy to catch as well, I think. I think the max catching charms helped a lot, but I just got into 2 arrows and just threw Ultra Balls at it. It did get to a stage where it got angry that I was throwing so many balls at it, so it just like attacked me over and over again while enraged, meaning you can't catch him for a certain amount of time. But after that time is over, he'll be low enough so you just throw more balls at it. And yeah, I caught him with an Ultra Ball, just like the Xerneas, and that quest is done. So here are the stats for both of these dudes. They've got Horn Leech, Mega Horn, Moonblast, and Geomancy for Xerneas. It is a medium size. It's number 228, so you can't use it for ranked battles actually. My nature was increased speed and less attack, and it's level 75. Now for your Yveltal, it's dark flying type. Xerneas is fairy, of course. The size is medium as well, and it's got Psychic, Oblivion Wing, Dark Pulse, and Hurricane. Oblivion Wing being its signature move. And it's got increased defense and less speed, which is interesting. But it's also level 75, and that's how you get both Xerneas and Yveltal in this game. I love these Pokemon a lot, bro. I wish I had more legendaries, not gonna lie. But I will make a Zygarde video soon, so don't even worry about that. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.